Stacy is a stay-at-home mom who wanted to find a way to help her hardworking husband out with the finances while still being able to homeschool her kids. She struggled to find a method that would actually let her make an income in a way that aligned with her morals, that she felt passion for, and at the same time that was actually legit. Because in the past, she had tried digital marketing and network marketing, but neither worked out for her. They were just too draining and time-consuming. Then she entered the UGC Games, a 4-day live challenge to learn UGC as a complete beginner. She showed up all 4 days and she put everything into it, and then she ended up becoming a winner. The next winner is Stacy. Stacy's the winner. Let's jump to Stacy's video. I really liked it. Stacy, come on, don't give me that face.
You should get all shy.
Stacy. I know, I'm like, I'm gonna turn red. No.
I know you need to hear this, so sit down with me real quick. I know it feels heavy right now. You're home with your kids. You're doing everything you can. But in the back of your mind, there's this pressure. Like, I need to do more. You have no direction, no extra income, and your husband is working 10 to 12 hour days coming home exhausted. And you feel it. It's not because you're ungrateful, but because you know this isn't the life you're meant to stay in. You've tried things before, affiliate marketing, different ideas, nothing really worked. And that's where you get stuck. Not knowing what to do, but knowing you can't stay here. And then you keep seeing it. Other moms talking about UGC world. At first it feels far away, like maybe that's meant for them and not for you. But something in you doesn't let it go. So you follow it. You join the community, and for the first time, you're not guessing anymore. You're creating your first video. You're sending your first pitch. And you even get a no, and instead of shrinking, you respond with confidence. Something shifts, and you realize it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day. And now you're building, you're being consistent, you have direction, and you can actually see how this turns into income, into freedom, into a life, a different life for your family. So if you're in that place right now, feeling stuck, overwhelmed, unsure, listen to me. Follow that pull. Stop overthinking and start moving, because the moment you decide to go all in, everything starts changing and you won't regret it.
There we go. And winning this completely changed her life. And even as a complete beginner, and even with the doubts of, will this actually work out this time? Will brands actually buy what I make? Will I actually get good at creating content? She went all in and bet on herself, and 3 months later, she had completely changed her life.
My highest month was last month. It was just under $5,000. And it's funny because on July 3rd, it went up to $5,000. I was like, wow. And I was showing my husband, because on their platform, you can see your earnings, and every day you can wake up to be like, oh, you got $20 overnight.
That's right. She built a full-time income through UGC in the meantime. What makes Stacy's story different is that she did all of this while homeschooling 3 kids, figuring out a schedule that worked for her family, and then building something from the kitchen counter between school lessons and dog training clients. And by the way, she had no experience, no head start, no special content skills, no followers, just her phone and her face and a willingness to bet on herself.
Financially, definitely that helped a lot. We just took a trip to visit family for 4th of July. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't take this on, if I missed this window of opportunity. And my kids seeing me work on something, that it's helping them see that you can do what you want still as a stay-at-home mom. Like, as my mommy's still working, but she's right here with me, and taking care of me, and we're still able to be present. So that helps a lot.
So stay to the end to see exactly how Stacy did it. I'm Gloria, and you're watching the UGC World Podcast. And today I am on with Stacy Parks. Hi, Stacy.
Hey, good morning. Good day.
Good morning. Good day for you. So let's jump into exactly who you are. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what your name is, how long you've been doing UGC for, and just more about you and where you're from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am Stacy. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 3. I homeschool them. My husband is a blue-collar worker, and I found UGC while doing digital marketing content for a network marketing business.
Okay.
Something I really, really believed in, something I really love the products of that. It's like health and wellness products. But I just was doing that for a year with no results. So seeing other mamas, stay-at-home moms, make money in UGC got me really, really intrigued. So in April of this year, I just dived in to learn more about it. And here I am today. And I found Gloria, and here I am.
I appreciate that. I want to rewind a bit, even long before UGC. You mentioned that you started network marketing, everything like that. Was there anything else you were doing before UGC, or were you just a full stay-at-home mom, or what was that kind of looking like for you?
Yeah, I just stay-at-home mom doing that. I did work some laborious jobs here in Arizona, and that it was just too much for me. It was too much for the kids, so we decided to have me stay home. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to figure some way to make money from home to help relieve the financial pressure. And that's when I found that network marketing business. And you really see people make it, and then when you don't make it, you have that discouragement. But as long as you're open to it, other doors open, other opportunities that you're allowed to jump into. And that's what happened here.
I like that. And then even separate from UGC, did you mention like what state you're from and then how many kids you have? Like, tell us a little bit more in depth of like what your situation looked like before you even started this journey.
Yeah, we live in northern Arizona, so Prescott area, we actually have seasons. It's not deathly hot like Phoenix. And we are here with 3 children, and I decided to homeschool because, let's just say, the schools aren't very great, but to be able to homeschool, like we're definitely blessed to be able to do that. Not everyone can do that who want to. And so just that, to have that, and then to have the flexibility to find out how to make money from home is also a blessing. Just really, what can be tough is finding what works. And just because I did the network marketing for a year and didn't make anything, that doesn't mean nothing happened. It means that I learned a lot about content. I learned a lot about personal development. Like, I dove deep in that, because if you're not working on your mind and believing in yourself and expanding yourself every day, then you could stay stuck, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to, especially if you grew up with like shame, then you're just going to keep like not believing in yourself or just believing it's not going to work. So you have to really work on yourself every single day to be able to grow. Remember that you are worthy of whatever it is you want, and that you can do it.
Absolutely. I love that mentality. And it's clear that you have a lot of mental calluses through everything that you've been through, especially in the UGC space. So the question is more so, how long have you been a UGC creator total for people who don't really know you yet?
Yeah, it started in April. How long was it? April, May, June, July. So they have
3 months?
4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. And then you're doing this full time now. Is that right?
Yes, full time.
How has that been so far, especially raising kids?
At first, it was pretty challenging. It was really just almost every week figuring out what schedule works best. Like, should I wake up at 5? Because there is a little bit of sacrifice if you want to make this work and like be able to be present for your children. I was like, okay, maybe I should wake up at 5 a.m. and do it for 4 hours before the kids really need me. And then my body was like not having that. So I changed it. Okay, I'll like get up 6, 7 and handle my kids and then do it at nighttime. And yeah, it's just challenging to see what works with your family schedule.
And how did you?
But after you figure it out, then it's all up from there.
I like that. And my question was, how did you figure out that schedule? Because a lot of people, when they start an online business, especially busy moms like yourself, it's hard for them to find like a certain schedule and rhythm to actually make time for UGC, especially when you need to whip out your camera, creating content, right? And you can't have screaming kids in the background or things like that. So how did you kind of get through that at the beginning?
I invested in microphones and microphones that, and it wasn't a big investment, like $30, $40. What do you call it? So it drowns out the background noise and then, yeah, I would whip. So if like they're just okay doing whatever they're doing, then yeah, I'll whip out the phone. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm doing a doggy job. So I'm just going to whip out my phone and do some B-roll real quick in the kitchen with my dogs. And, but then like the editing part, that's like where I separate, like, okay, I'm going to do this later when my kids are asleep or just they're totally fine and don't need me. So yeah, it's definitely, what do you call it? I think when they're asleep is like when I can really do things.
For sure. And when you started UGC, I'm super curious on what your first attempts were like. A lot of people, when they start like creating content, they're like, ugh, cringe. I don't like what she looks like on camera. Like things like that. I hear it all the time. For you, how did you get through like the first few videos as a mother? And how did you keep going to eventually see progress?
As far as seeing yourself on camera?
As far as just like the first attempts with UGC. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I felt because I did the network marketing for a year, it's like you're creating content daily and talking. I did a lot of like motivation talking. So I was already confident on camera. What made me nervous was, are they going to like it? That's what really made me nervous. Otherwise, I was fine. I didn't really mind being on camera. And getting the B-roll wasn't foreign to me. So yeah, that was my main thing, is like, oh my God, are they going to like it?
And
yeah. When
you first created your first videos, you sent it to the brands. What were the results? What was it like? What did the brands say?
Yeah, I have not had anything returned. They would all like, wow, I like this. Maybe minor revisions, like, hey, can you just add text here? But that's about it. Like what I created, they liked. So I was like, wow, okay, I can really do this. I'm actually creative enough.
Yeah. And what propelled you to like start your UGC journey in the first place? Do you have like a natural knack for the camera? Do you think you're naturally talented at this? Like, why did Stacy start UGC and creating content in the first place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it brought out a creative side. Like when I started with UGC World Academy, and I was one of the 10 winners. When I was making that video, and then a couple videos after to like make videos for products, just to put on our portfolios, I was like, wow, I'm like really seeing a creative side. And before that, I was like thinking in my head, like, I need to pick up a hobby or like pick up something. Like, I'm just a mom and I'm helping my children, but I need to do something for me. And then going through this UGC things of creating, I was like, whoa, I'm actually creative. I'm actually good at something. So just having those feelings of being brought out it helped me find me a little bit more.
I like that. So you found a creative side because you're pouring in all of your kids' cups, your family's cups, but you're like, hey, when is the last time I poured in my cup? So you're more so doing that for your own self, and then you started making money from it, which is amazing. And before we jump into your transformation, I want to ask, what was the toughest part of your UGC journey so far, getting started with UGC?
The toughest part?
Yeah.
I think, I don't really know, because I learned a long time ago that I need to be resourceful. So if I felt like something, like I needed to know something, I would just find it out. So I guess the toughest part would be when I entered the CPM realm. That was the toughest part, because I became really, really intrigued and obsessed. I was literally obsessed with how do I do this CPM? I'm seeing people scale to 5 figures. I'm like, what is happening? I didn't know what CPM was. I was just, that was my toughest part.
And what is CPM for the people listening who don't really know?
CPM is cost per mil on the brand's end. So let's say they pay I'll take one of the jobs that I'm doing is $3 per 1,000 views of your video that you make. It's the jobs that I'm doing is tech. So it's either AI apps or just different apps that you're making the video for. Instructional video, how to use it, what it can do, features like that. And then they have formats to replicate. So they have other people's videos that you basically copy is what they want us to do. And then as far as you could get 1,000 views, or you could get hundreds, million of views. And then some of them have a cap. So it's $3 per 1,000 views. Do the math there. It's pretty decent. So that's the CPM.
Sure. And would you recommend moms like yourself to go all in on this performance model when it comes to UGC? Because a lot of people get CPM wrong. They're like, no, that's affiliate. No, I don't want to do affiliate marketing. Well, no, you get paid a base per video and then per view on top, right? Per 1,000 views on top, depending upon the brand, which is a steal. And it seems like you found a lot of success with that. Would you recommend that other creators start trying CPM versus maybe traditional UGC?
I would. I would say yes and no, because there are some people who do really well with brand jobs, either one-offs or continuous work with brands. Some I see are made for it. And then I see some, because to be totally honest, it can be overwhelming. But if you're up to it, if you're up to the challenge of figuring it out in the beginning, it's just a temporary moment, a few days, a couple weeks of really figuring out what works in your family schedule that you can dedicate and commit to time to figuring this out, of how the app works and what the job is, and how to make these videos, and figuring out what is working, what isn't working. I was dissecting the videos that I was replicating. I'm like, okay, she has really good lighting. She doesn't look like she rolled out of bed and just did this. She actually looks decent. So I was replicating women's videos. So after having a couple of weeks of doing that, I was like, okay, I'm finding my groove. So if you can dedicate the time because you really want to scale financially, you see yourself scaling, you see yourself being able to do it, then yes, I would recommend it.
Sure. And when it comes to your successes, You've gone through a lot when it comes to your background, navigating family with CPM and navigating family with your whole content creator journey in the first place. What was your highest month so far when it comes to what you've made with UGC?
Yeah, my highest month was last month it was just under $5,000. And it's funny because on July 3rd, it went up to $5,000. I was like, wow. And I was showing my husband because on their platform, you can see your earnings, and every day you can wake up to be like, oh, you got $20 overnight. You got, just wake up to seeing money raised while you were sleeping is like, wow.
Wow. And
that's amazing.
How does that make you and your husband feel?
He was like, okay, this is real, because I made some withdrawals. The thing about it is like, yes, those are your earnings, it's your money, but you still have to wait a little bit to withdraw everything. But even still, like, it didn't matter to him. He was like, okay, this is actually real. You're actually earning money. Like, you just earned more than my month's amount of work. And he's like, if you could double down on this, then yeah, it would help so much. I'm like, okay, thank you for your support.
And then you've been a UGC creator for like 3-4 months, you mentioned, and now you're making almost $5,000 months. That's insane. And what would you tell other moms out there kind of feeling the same way? They want to help their hubbies out, want to help their family, and also want to start a creative side hustle like this. What would you tell those people right now?
If you have been considering doing this, especially something like a CPM UGC tech side, then do it. It's worth it. I know I mentioned, the sacrificing side, but the sacrificing side is temporary as long as because it's necessary, because you need that to be able to learn, to be able to figure out your family schedule, to be able to execute. And there will maybe times where you lose a little bit of sleep, but if you can help your family out, relieve that financial pressure, then it is so worth it. You will feel how worth it is, and that helps you keep going for sure, and just keep believing in yourself and knowing that you can do it.
I love that. And I think you're right. It's a step for someone to take this on themselves, and they're sacrificing time that they could spend with family or other things, but you're going to get it back like you did. You cut it back in an equal, or maybe even like 10 times, through what you made through this process. And I like how you said, just do it. Like, seriously, just go all in on yourself. Do it, because what's the worst that can happen? And then when it comes to you working with the UGC World Agency, how has that been so far?
Oh gosh, like, I learned so much, and having a coach, like someone hold your hand, that I really love that. I thrive in that type of environment, and people checking in on you, and all the resources, like all the coaching calls, the mindset calls, the other calls of experienced people who remind you that, like, you can do this. Like, you're here, right? Like, yeah, you can do this. This is how you do it. The support is immaculate and incomparable to other things I've been in. So yeah, it's been a great experience for sure.
I'm so glad for you. And obviously you've been putting in the work and doing your part, and it's manifesting right here in reality. So that's amazing. Yeah. And then for you, like, for the brands watching this, why do you feel like a brand should choose you over maybe the other 10,000 creators in their email right now?
Oh my gosh. Well, just I would say because I'm willing to mold, to learn, to execute, to do what needs to be done for the brand, for their success, for sure.
I like that. And if you can say, which brands or what were your top 3 brands that you've worked with and what result have you given them?
Yeah, let's see. The tech brands it's called Lovable. There is the other one that did really well called Higgsfield AI. It's like a AI video simulator, I'll call it, as well as doggy brands. There was a doggy brand I did for King Canine. They have like CBD products for dogs and other health products. And PawChamp is like a dog training app that I did jobs for.
I love that. And you're freaking busy out there.
Yeah.
How many collabs are you actively working on right now? And are you more focused on the quantity of collabs that you have or the quality of work you put into each collab to grow the income you have from each individual brand?
So the PawChamp app is like they contact me as they need, which I really like that because even though I'm doing these tech things and scaling there, I'm still able to use my dog trainer expertise when they need me. So I really like that I get to still keep one foot in my passions. And then with the Lovable website builder app and the other AI apps, being able to scale, and because it's getting easier and easier to create content for them daily, that it's just been smooth sailing.
I love that.
And that's another thing, if I could add that, because I am like a dog trainer on the side as well since 2020. And because of that, I would say that in my scripts of, what do you call it, the outreach. And that's how I found all these doggy jobs. They're like, oh my gosh, you're a dog trainer? Like, I would love to have you doing that. And so if you have something like that or a skill like that, just definitely mention it, and brands would love that.
Yeah, that's a great point because a lot of people think that you have to be an expert in something or an expert in acting or a background with content, but really what you're saying is that everyone's deep down an expert at something. What is your passion? Yeah. What do you like to do? What is your background? What were you working on before you started UGC, and leverage that when it comes into your UGC business. And that's what makes everybody unique. Everyone has their own thing. Everybody moves forward in a different way because of that own thing, because of that one skill that they have that they can hone in on. So I think that's very, very important what you just said, Stacy. And anyone listening should be taking notes on that. That's perfect. And for you, Stacy, like specifically, how has UGC changed your life and your family's life? And how has it changed everything for you?
Financially, definitely that helped a lot. We just took a trip to visit family for 4th of July. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't take on this, if I didn't take this on, if I missed this window of opportunity. And my kids seeing me work on something that, like I said, that has brought out a creative side in me. My kids seeing that, they're like, okay, that it's helping them see that you can do what you want still. Like you, as a stay-at-home mom, like as my mommy's still working, but she's right here with me, and taking care of me, and we're still able to be present. So that helps a lot.
Wow.
Helps them see that a lot.
I like that because you're being a role model to your kids. You're showing them, hey, it's possible to go after your dreams and also be family oriented at the same time, which is pretty cool. And then where do you see this going for you long term? Where do you see yourself in 3 months from now, 6 months from now? What does that vision look like?
Yeah, I still see myself doing these tech jobs, or like tech CPM gigs, or CPM gigs in general, because being able to scale like that, like just wake up and see like 20, 30, 40, $100. I just made $100 overnight. Like soon it'll be hundreds of dollar days. I still see myself doing this.
Wow, that's amazing. It's so inspiring. You said hundreds of dollar days, and not too long ago, you're working a job and you mentioned that you weren't really seeing much. So it's so cool that you went through this transformation. When it comes to the biggest maybe mindset lesson you learned through all of this, what would you say to that past version of yourself from like maybe 5 months ago who wasn't here at all or in this like realm at all?
I would say, even though you may be doing something that you really, really believe in, just keep your eyes and heart open for opportunities that present themselves. They're presenting themselves for a reason, and like just listen to that and just give it a chance. Like show up to like the master class or whatever it is that is being presented to show you what it is. At least just go to see if it's something you could do, and listen to your inner self. Like, wow, this is actually something I could do. Then do it. Because I was making nothing to once I started this Lovable like 70 days ago. It has like a tracker on the platform. So I'm like, 70 days. So yeah, I went from nothing to $5,000. So just definitely listen to those opportunities that present themselves and take a chance.
Amazing. Absolutely. We're blessed with more opportunities. We're blessed with more opportunities in life. The more that we take action and take the first one, we see more. And I like how you said, hey, just go all in. What's the worst that can happen if you just learn more about it, And yeah, well, Stacy, that was a wonderful, wonderful, conversation with you about learning about you and your story. If there's one last thing you could give anybody to help them take that first step, what would you say?
Starting new things is not, it's going to take a lot of learning. It's not going to be instant gratification. Like if you're here for instant gratification, then maybe this isn't for you. But if you're here willing to learn, willing to understand that it can take time to scale or whatever it is, then, welcome. But because I've seen people and I heard people like, why am I not where I am yet? It's because you still have learning to do. There's still learning and lessons, and just make sure you're asking questions. And, look for, as well as being resourceful, and look up what you need to be able to scale. I think anyone who is willing can learn and build up from there. I know there's so much more I want to say, to be totally honest. Like,
please go ahead.
Because, yeah, it definitely did change my life. Like I just took the time to learn and just delve in and dissect what makes a video good, what I should change, what I should be doing different, just really observe, ask questions, and execute.
I love that. I can tell you have a lot of passion and energy around those things, because it absolutely got you to where you are today. And that's so mad inspiring. And I'm so excited for our next call months from now when you hit your first freaking 10K month. It's going to be awesome. But with that said, Stacy, where can people find you and connect with you on social media?
Oh, yeah. My Instagram is Stacy Parks, STACY PARKS.UGC. That's my Instagram handle.
Wonderful. Go connect with Stacy right now. Check out some of her content and you may find some inspiration. And Stacy, that was a wonderful podcast with you. Thank you so much for coming to the UGC World podcast. And until next time.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gloria.
Thank you.